strengthening Tibetan communities. Now, if you were to entrust me with the responsibilities, what my kasha would do. A. In view of the composition of the Tibetan population, there is no doubt that before long, the total number of Tibetans living in other countries will exceed those living in India, Nepal, and Bhutan. Therefore, the administration will plan and monitor the Tibetan settlements and provide social welfare in an equitable manner all around. We will deepen the relationships between the Central Tibetan administration and the communities with a view to create an inclusive society where we can be physically distant but mentally close. B. To create a forward-moving community, we should not only improve the efficacy of the existing institutions, but also fulfill the basic requirements of the community, such as its religious, cultural, educational, and health establishments. We will provide opportunities for the youth to be trained in areas of their interest and provide avenues to live sustainably in the Tibetan communities so as to develop their leadership potential. C. On matters concerning project proposals and its implementation, all related stakeholders, when we say stakeholders in the bracket, it includes members of the local Tibetan Assembly, village heads, representatives, Tibetan Freedom Movement office bearers, school heads, monastery heads, office bearers of the settlement cooperatives, Tibetan communities or associations, and beneficiaries of the project. Anyone who's related to this project will need to be actively involved. The Kashak will, through the related colors, assign responsibilities and based on the nature of the project, will adopt top-down or bottoms-up approach as necessary. D. The settlement officers should work in close cooperation with the local elected leaders to understand the overall situation of the settlement. We will provide clear guidance as to how those relationships should be maintained and extend support in terms of project proposals, finding funds to help the poor and needy, finding profitable marketing outlets for agricultural produce, strengthen ongoing relations with former residents of the settlement, helping the cooperatives prepare proposals, promoting entrepreneurship and startups, training agriculturists and youth, resolving conflicts, extending loans, monasteries, and Buddhist centers and schools. E. Based on the foundation of creating uniformity in the functions and bylaws of the Tibetan associations, provided it's not against the law of the land and that is in conformity with the conventions of the Central Tibetan Administration, we will seek to include the Tibetan associations under the framework of the Charter of Tibetans in Exile. F. To ensure long-term sustenance of the Tibetan settlements, a qualitative census of the Tibetan people living in India, Nepal, and Bhutan will be carried out. This is the basis on which facilities will be provided to enable Tibetans to voluntarily resettle in the major settlements. Likewise, in other countries where Tibetan people live in relatively large number, assistance will be provided to establish newer Tibetan cluster communities.